Buckingham Palace were clearly leaving nothing to chance on yesterday's royal away day to Cheshire. As well as Meghan, Duchess of Sussex having her own assistant private secretary, Amy Pickerill, the Queen had brought along 3 of her most senior members of staff to guide her new granddaughter-in-law. They included her private secretary Eddie Young, the most senior member of staff in her office, and her new assistant private secretary, 7 feet 2 inches tall genial Northern Irishman Matthew Magee. Also present was her outgoing assistant private secretary Samantha Cohen, a formidable Australian who is soon going to work for Meghan and her husband Prince Harry for 6 months. Indeed, it was Mrs Cohen who reluctantly handed her notice in last year amid a staffing battle between royal households who notably chaperoned a clearly hesitant Meghan on their joint walkabout. It was the hugely experienced mother of 3 directing her where to go and when to accept gifts and flowers, demonstrating what a valuable asset she will be in the early months of the new royal's married life. Popular Mrs Cohen has also served as the Queen's press secretary and had been tipped for the top job until her unexpected resignation. She was persuaded to stay on by the Queen to organise April's Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting and is now working in a bridging role between Buckingham and Kensington Palaces. She will work for the newlyweds after the imminent departure of Harry's long-standing private secretary, Elaine Fox, until early next year, while a long-term replacement is sought. Private secretaries are the linchpin of any member of the royal family's office, organizing their diaries, working schedules and public engagements. Also on the Queen's team was her equerry and her lady-in-waiting, the Hon Mary Morrison Ghanaian-born officer is the royal household's first black equerry. The Queen's first black equerry, Major Nana Kofi Twumasi-Ankrah, file picture. The Queen's equerry, Major Nana Kofi Twumasi-Ankrah, was also present for the visit to Cheshire yesterday. The Ghanaian-born officer from the Household Cavalry is the royal household's first black equerry. Major Twumasi-Ankrah holds one of the most important positions in the royal household, assisting Her Majesty at official engagements. He has become one of the most visible figures by the Queen's side since her husband Prince Philip retired. The Queen has picked the first black man to hold the role of equerry, one of the most important positions in the royal household. He is an Afghanistan war veteran and took over the role from Wing Commander Sam Fletcher last year. His royal career had previously included acting as escort commander at the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall's wedding in 2011, as well as commanding the Blues and Royals at the Queen's birthday parade. Speaking last July, he told the Sunday Times that as a young child he used to watch the trooping of the colour with fascination. He said, "I would have never imagined that one day I'd command the regiment which I'd fallen in love with. From what I've seen in the UK, our cultures really do mix, and if I'm not a good example of that, I really don't know what is."